Fuck you. Fuck you. All of you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Die. 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 Die, 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 die. Die, 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 die. If 99% of the population of this world, poof, vanished, you guys wouldn't be talking much about things that were fucking irrelevant, would you? Most of the stuff you guys would talk about would be important for the future. But no, you guys are way too comfortable. You're so happy. You're so happy. That means that happiness brings boredom. Boredom brings a fascination with the irrelevant. What if I want a life that's not boring? What if I want $1 million, billion, trillion, right? Maybe I have to talk about things that are relevant to the future. Oh. Fuck you. You're retarded. You're an idiot. What are you doing right now? Watching YouTube. If you weren't watching YouTube, what would you be doing? I don't know. Probably some retarded shit that is completely fucking pointless. You know what's not pointless? Thinking. Thinking is never pointless. You want to know why? Because thinking improves the way you think. What is it? Practice makes permanent? Practice does not make perfect, my friend. Practice makes permanent. So, unless you guys are thinking regularly, you know what happens? You stop thinking. If you guys are permanently brain rotting on social media and your stupid little guess what happens? You permanently don't fucking think. You permanently don't think. How many times have I seen this? The more you don't think, the less you think. It's that fucking simple, guys. It's that fucking simple. It's that fucking simple, guys. It's that fucking simple. And that was my TED Talk. I hate being human so fucking bad. I am trying to remove every little bit of dopamine from my life. No foods that taste extra good for no reason. I want to get pleasure from protein. No social media. I want to get pleasure from my success. What else? No entertainment on the television. I want to get pleasure from my life. No. What else? No drugs or domers or nicotine or weed or alcohol. Nothing. I want to get pleasure from the endorphins in my brain. I do not want other ones. What else? I do not want other sources to depict my dopamine and serotonin levels. I want to be the one to control those, and I want everything to come from me. I want to be everything a man can be. I want to be the only thing in my life that has any hold on how I feel. I want to be in control, and I want to walk as a statuesque figure, and I want to be perfect. Yet, I keep faltering. I keep going to the fridge and eating toast for no reason. I keep on eating the snacks that my family is laying out on the table. I can't stop myself. I keep thinking about nicotine and thinking about alcohol and thinking about weed. And yes, that's partly in my environment. You know, my brother always having weed on him, my family always having fatty snacks on them because they don't care about looking like I do. And they, you know, that's the environment for sure. But I, as a man who has control over myself and wants to keep the promises to myself, I should be able to say no constantly. But, you know, if the chips are in the cupboard, I'm going to eat them. You know, that's how it is. So I need to remove the chips from the cupboard. I wish I had more control. I want to be this perfect man, but I can't. I need it. Why do I need it? Why do I need it? Do you need it? Do you need those simple things that are unnecessary? They're unnecessary. You don't need them, but inside I need them. Why can't I be perfect? Why can't I be perfect? Why can't I be perfect? Why? Why? I fucking want to die. Why? I want to be perfect. I don't know. I don't know. Why? That's all I want. All I want is to be perfect. Why do I keep falling for these simple, disgusting pleasures? You don't need Reese's. You don't need to hit your domer. You don't need to have a beer. You don't need to. You don't need to. Why do I want to so bad? Why? Is it because there's nothing going on in my life right now? Is it because I'm bored? It shouldn't be. I don't know. I don't know. Does anybody know? Do you know? Do you know? Do you need the stuff that I need? Because am I weak? I'm trying not to be. Oh, fucking shit. Okay. So what I was talking about this morning, about kind of asking you guys and figuring out what sources of dopamine coincide with what I want in life, right? And I said horrible, disgusting, violent sex where I can take out all of my emotions. That would be number one. Number two, I didn't even think about this because it's just part of my life. The gym. Obviously, I go to the gym 7 days a week and I love it. There's nothing better than the masochism. It's masochism for a tangible benefit. I get these puppers just for hurting myself. Like, are you kidding me? It doesn't get any better than that, you know? So, the gym and hardcore sex are the sources of dopamine that I think coincide and work well with what I want in life. Those are what I can have. Stupid foods that taste okay, that are good, you know, that feeling of gluttony where the blood engorges your stomach from being full. I don't want these things. I need them right now, but I can eradicate them someday. On top of that, I spoke about nicotine and drugs, not for the moment. Nicotine and drugs might give me a source of dopamine, but along with that, they have drawbacks. Going to the gym and having violent sex don't hinder your emotional state in any way, shape, and form. Both of those give you confidence and give you drive. Drugs have drawbacks. Alcohol has drawbacks. Weed has a significant drawback of taking away your motivation. Nicotine has a significant drawback of taking away your lung health capacity and potentially years off your life. Along with that, you have things like food, like I previously mentioned, unhealthy to be overweight. Have you ever seen a super old fat person? I'll wait. You haven't, they fucking die. So, I need severity. I need intensity. The reason for me to be alive is to feel. I, on the regular, feel nothing. Everything is numb. That's why my favorite thing in the entire world is intense emotions. Love, pain, regret, betrayal, fucking just absolute, how do I say this? Despair. These things tell me that I'm alive. Pain tells me that I'm alive. Emotions tell me that I'm alive. Without these things, how do any of you feel like you're living life? I feel dead when I'm not doing anything. I feel dead. If I were to complete all the things I want to complete in my life, then I could feel dead and feel okay with it. But how could you be dead during life in the time where it matters most to get ahead of other people? You need to use your 20s properly. And if you're not doing anything while you're 18 plus, I did that. I wasted 2 years, 3 years. I wasted 3 entire years. And, other than building a very monstrous resume, which should be by default what you do first, right? What I'm talking about is making a grand company. I built an incredible resume that will carry me the rest of my life. If you don't do that, you're less than retarded. So, just want to let you guys know. Sources of dopamine that do not benefit you are nothing but instant gratification. Unless you have a dopamine source that bolsters you and propels you into the future, that will always hold you back. And that's what I need to realize, is that all these other dopamine sources that I crave, that I need to channel them all into my 2 main dopamine sources, which is bodybuilding and success, as well as sex. Those 3 sources are the only things that I should be focusing on. Everything else should be fugazi bullshit, unnecessary. Other than those, you need to devote all of your effort onto those 3 things that will improve your life. That's everything. Goodbye. Another day in the anxiety-inducing shit box. I said I didn't want to do this segment anymore, but I'm genuinely very worried. Will it start? Before we do that, actually, let's go ahead and check if it's leaking. Are you leaking? Doesn't look like it's leaking. So, let's see. She starts. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Guys, I'm getting comfortable. Guys, I'm getting comfortable. Guys, I'm getting comfortable. Guys, I'm getting comfortable. Probably eating about 5,000 calories a day worth of snacks. Look at me. I'm comfortable. I'm getting 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 comfortable. What do you do if you get comfortable? You remind yourself what pain feels like. You remind yourself that you want pain. You get a rock and you start fucking scraping your skin open. You start hitting yourself. What do you do when you get comfortable? You remind yourself why you don't want to be comfortable. Go out into the desert and sit there and meditate for 12 hours. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe a full day of meditation. Hey guys, as you know, I have not been making videos for the last few days, and that's because I keep on making clips and I keep on deleting them because a lot of the things I say are disgusting. a lot of the things I say are immoral. A lot of the things I say are arrogant. A lot of the things I say are actually none of those things. A lot of the things I say are mean, right? None of those things. Obviously, yes, a lot of the things I say are gross, but a lot of the things I say are mean. And I'm very hypocritical at times. And, you know, I'm 100% self-aware, but still, these things are bad. And I'm very mean. I'm very, very mean. And a lot of the things that I want to talk about come with, you know, the people around me. And I don't like to slander. I do not like talking behind people's backs. If there's something that I want to say to somebody that I would use as gossip or talking behind their back or slander, I refuse. I'll only slander somebody if I have already said those words to their face. So I'll only talk about somebody if they're already in the room and they can hear me talking bad about them to somebody else. 100%. I'll do that all day long. Or, you know, I will only ever slander somebody if it's something I've already said to their face. So if I say, you know, to one person, you're stupid, I'm okay saying that to other people as long as I've already said it to their face with intent. Or if I say to, let's say my brother, you know, I call him, you know, whatever. I don't want to slander. Yes, I'll do these things, but I don't like to do it at all. Zero, slandering. I don't like it at all. Because it's unholy. It's unholy, and I want to respect that. That's something that, as humans, we need to get away from. So, a lot of the things in my life that I would like to speak about involve other people and their effects on my life, and how sometimes I can't control these situations, and sometimes other people make my life harder. So I come to the YouTube channel to break down different thought processes on how to fix things and make my life easier. But that involves slandering some people and their character, which by all means, people probably do deserve the slander. People probably do deserve the gossip, because if you have gossip happening about you, it's probably warranted, regardless of if I don't like to do it or not. So, a lot of the things that I'd like to say on here are gossip and, you know, other people affecting my life. Because recently my father, fresh out of rehab, has issues, and he's a bad person. I've never said that to him, but if you've met my father, you'd understand this is a very, very, very special case. Now, my father, I've recently filled him in a little bit on the details of the job that I want. And he has very much tried to take over the entire situation. And, you know, he wants to take credit for what I'm about to accomplish. Everything that I am in spite of my father, not because of him. He worked me like a slave, made me work as a janitor for a year, did not pay me the money he owed me, all of it. He made me do heinous things that I would not like to repeat because of how embarrassed I am. Things that taught me the value of hard work and taught me how to man up and get the job done, but things that make me feel gross. And he did not pay me for them. He has used me on multiple occasions with false promises as well as other things, forced me to do unreasonable amounts of labor for a promised miracle, which he ignored and did not follow through on multiple times when he could have easily. I'll give you a couple examples. He went to go buy a 3D camera for a 3D virtual tour company. He started everything and he said, "Son, I'm going to name this company after you, and it's going to be my gift to you as a man." And I was all about it. He made me buy the camera for the company with my own hard-earned money. And I'm 18 at the time, right? I do not have much savings. He made me do all the jobs myself, go 3D scan multiple properties that were massive for nothing, no money. He made so many promises, and then he gave up on the idea, and he sold the camera and took all the money for himself when he put in zero amount of money for the investment. So he took my dreams, promised me the world, crushed my dreams, didn't deliver on the promise, and took $600 from me. I'm 18, and I have nothing but trust in my father. Another one. He has a home in Mexico that he Airbnbs for quite a bit of money. Airbnb has outlawed him from the website because he is such a problematic person. He said, son, I will register this under your name. You will go down to Mexico on multiple trips, bring down thousands of dollars worth of furniture and other knickknacks to, what do they call it? Stage the home for the Airbnb. And if you do this, son, I will give you 10% of the profits from Airbnb, and I will make it worth your time. This will be an investment for you, son. This is good. Me, with nothing but trust and love for my father, goes ahead and spends a shit ton of time, a shit ton of work, a shit ton of stress, a shit ton of trips down to Mexico, where in the end, after I accomplished everything and fully furnished his home, he went ahead and listed it on VRBO instead of Airbnb, this being his loophole to not give me the 10% that I earned. And look at me like I'm crazy and say that this never existed, this entire situation. That's just the kind of man he is. So, with that being said, I told him my whole plan of how I would like to steal this company's ideas as well as their sales program, and not their sales program, but their sales strategy, and implement it into my own company of the exact same type, trying to copy them and make a fuck ton of money by copying their exact process. And my father, his eyes lit up, and he is trying to, call this company. He is trying to make my script to pitch myself to this company to work for them. He's trying to make it about him and how he owns a small business and how I need to make sure that they are aware that my father owns a small business and that he raised me. He literally gets out of rehab, and something they teach in rehab is that you have to have a why. He comes and I know this. He comes out of rehab and goes, son, you need to have a why when you speak to these people. You need to have a why. You need to have a why. You need to tell them, son, that I am your why. Tell them that I am your why, that I own a business and that I raised you. Son, you have to tell them that. And he's going fucking nuts. So this has been weighing on me very heavily because, like I said, everything I am is in spite of him. I was a janitor for a year. He forced me into it. And then I finally get his ass off my back after he replaces me with some other expendable grunt. And a month later, I'm extremely successful in my field. Everything I am is in spite of him. And that dynamic works because his ego is in check when I owe him nothing. His ego is in check. And it's much easier to talk to him that way. So I do not want to change this. This has been weighing on my head extremely heavily. So that's been stressing me the fuck out. But all of this is slander. Yes, these are my experiences. Yes, yada, 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 yada. Yes, he would be very mad if he saw this. But this is all slander. It's hearsay, right? Who fucking cares? But this hurts me a lot because I want his help. I want his advice. I want him to help me with this process, especially being a man who's owned a company for over 20 years. His advice is valuable to me, but it comes with such a massive payment. And I would rather fail without him than succeed with him. With all due respect, Father, you are horrible. And you will do whatever it takes to get your slice of the pie, even if you don't deserve it. With that being said, thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and close out here. But yes, I'm stressed to high hell because this is my baby. This job is everything I want. This is make or break for my life. I've been dreaming about this opportunity for over a year. And I'm scared because he could right now make one phone call and ruin the entire thing for me, and or make all of it entirely because of him. So with that being said, guys, I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm stressed out, but what do? We hold our chest high. I'm not going to contact him. I am not going to reply to him. I am not going to speak to him until I go in there and take that fucking job with my own two hands and then tell him to suck my fucking dick. That's what you do in the face of adversity. Chest up and man up. Do what needs to be done, my friend.